A very cheerful good morning to one and all present over here. My name is Tanmay Jadhav, and once again I am here with you to give you an interesting analysis on biology chapter, and chapter name is tissue and it is part 2. In this video we will learn about plant tissue. Okay, so let's move. So students, see, wait a minute. Plant tissue. Plant tissue are generally classified into two types. First is meristematic tissue and second is permanent tissue. Okay. Meristematic tissue again classified into three types. Apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. And permanent tissue classified into two types. Simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Then again simple permanent tissue classified into three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And sclerenchyma classified into two types again: fibers and scleroids. And complex permanent tissue classified into two types: xylem and phloem. Okay, so we will see one by one. So meristematic tissue. What is the meaning of meristematic tissue? Yes, they are responsible for growth in plants. Okay, meristematic tissue are responsible for the growth. They increases the growth of plants. Meristematic tissue are responsible for the growth of plants, and they are present at locations where plants grow like tips of stems. Yes, they are present at locations where plants grow like tips of stems. Cells in this tissue can divide and form new cells. Yes, students, see, in meristematic tissue, cells divide and form new cells. Old tissues divide and form new cells. Okay. In human being also, see, we can take example of human being also. In human beings, the old kind of cells further divides and forms new cells. Same happens in plants also. The meristematic tissues are very active. They are very active cells. In meristematic tissues, there are no vacuoles present. Okay, in meristematic tissues, there are no vacuoles present because vacuoles store nutrients for plants, but meristematic tissue don't need to store nutrients because their job is to form new cells, and for forming new cells there is no need of nutrients. Okay, now types of meristematic tissue. Okay, there are three main types of meristematic tissue. First is apical meristem, second is lateral meristem, and third is intercalary meristem. So, apical meristem, it is present at the tip of stem and roots. It is present at the tip of stem and roots. See, in this diagram, see, apical meristem. It is present at the tip of stem and roots. Here is the tip of plants, and it is also present in these roots also, but in diagram it is not given. But it is present in roots also. Lateral and this involved in primary growth of plants, and it increases the growth of plants. Growth of plant is increased by apical meristem. Lateral meristem, beneath the bark, and it increases girth of trunk. Here is the lateral meristem. Okay, lateral meristem, it is present in the beneath the bark and it increases girth of trunk. Girth of trunk means it increases width. We can say width of trunk. Trunk means tree, keyboard, dandi. Okay. It is also known as cambium meristem. Yes, it is most important. It is also known as cambium meristem. Intercalary meristem. Here is the intercalary meristem. Okay. Nodes of leaf and stem, example grass and bamboo. Okay. Apical, lateral and intercalary meristem. These are the types of meristematic tissue. Apical meristem present at the tip of stem and roots. Yes. Lateral meristem beneath the bark and it increases girth of trunk. And intercalary meristem nodes of leaves and stem. Okay. See here. These are the, we can say these are the nodes of stem and roots. Okay. Then permanent tissue. Permanent tissue are classified into two types, simple permanent and complex permanent. First, we will see simple permanent tissue. So simple permanent tissue, these are made up of same types of cells which are similar in structure and also in function. Basically, simple permanent tissue are made up of same types of cells. एक जैसे दिखने वाले सेल से वो बने हैं और with which are similar in structure. Their structure is same and also their functions. So simple permanent tissue are classified into three types. First is parenchyma, second is collenchyma, and third is sclerenchyma. Okay, one by one we will see. Three types of simple permanent tissue. First is parenchyma, second is collenchyma, and third is sclerenchyma. So parenchyma, okay, parenchyma, it is the thin walled cells. Wait a minute. Yes, parenchyma, it is the thin walled cells composed of living cells, oval and spherical in structure. Its structure is like a circle. Okay, we can say its structure is like circle. It is the thin walled cells. They are very thin walled cells and composed of living cells. It is composed of the living cells, means all cells are living, oval and spherical in structure. Its structure is just like a circle or we can say oval. Okay, and its function are storage foods in large vacuoles. It store foods in large vacuoles and it provides turgidity to cells and it also helps in photosynthetic process. Okay, photosynthetic process. Here is the diagram of parenchyma. You can see here. Here are their shapes. Living cells, oval and spherical in structure. Okay. Now collenchyma. Collenchyma, it forms filler tissue in soft parts of plants. Okay. It forms the filler tissue in soft parts of plants. It fills the gap inside the plants. It fills the gaps inside the plants. Okay. Collenchyma forms filler tissue, means it fills the gap inside the plants, and its functions are it provides flexibility to plant parts. It provides the flexibility, okay, and also provide mechanical support. It also provides the mechanical support. Here you can see the diagram of collenchyma. Yes. Then sclerenchyma. It is the strengthening tissue composed of extremely thick walled cell made up of lignin. It is the strengthening. It provides strength to plant. Okay. It is the strengthening tissue. Means it is very strong tissue. It composed of extremely thick walled cell. It is very thick, very thick, and it is made up of lignin. Okay, and its functions are provide strength to plant parts. It provides or it gives strength to plant parts. Okay, once again I will like to explain parenchyma. It is the thin walled cell. Okay, it is the thin, not very thin, but thin walled cell. It composed of living cells and its structure is like oval and spherical, or we can say it is just looking like circle. Okay, its function is storage food in large vacuoles and it provides turgidity to cell. not rigidity. It provides only turgidity. Okay, and it also helps in photosynthetic process. Yes, and collenchyma. It forms filler tissue in soft parts of plants. Means it fills the gap. It fills the gaps inside the plant, and its functions are it provides flexibility to plant parts, and it also provides mechanical support. Yes, sclerenchyma, it is the strengthening tissue. It provides strength to plant. It is very strong, and it is extremely thick. It is very thick, and it is made up of lignin. Functions is provide strength to plant parts. Okay. Then we will come towards complex permanent tissue. Okay, complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue are of two types. Okay, first is xylem and second is phloem. Xylem, here are the definition you can see on your screen. Xylem is the vascular tissue in plants which transports water to all parts of plants. Yes, xylem is the vascular tissue. Yes, xylem is the vascular tissue in plants and it transports water to all parts of plants. It transports the water to all parts of plants. Whereas phloem is the vascular tissue in plants. Okay, phloem is the vascular tissue in plants which conducts sugar and other metabolic products upward and downward from the leaves. It conducts the sugar and other metabolic products upward and downward from the leaves. And xylem transports water to all parts of plant, and phloem, okay, phloem conducts sugar and other metabolic products upward and downwards from the leaves. Xylem consists of four types of cells, okay, which are that first is tracheids. First is tracheids. Tracheids are elongated, angular dead cells involved in conduction of water. Tracheids are elongated, angular dead cells involved in conduction of water. Second is vessels. Second is vessels. These are cylindrical tube. These are cylindrical tube. Their shape is like just cylindrical tube. Okay, like structure placed one above the other end, which form channel of conduction of water. Third type is xylem parenchyma. Thick cells used for storage of food. These xylem parenchyma are very thick cell which are used for the storage of food. And fourth type is xylem sclerenchyma. Non-living fibers. These are non-living fibers with thick walls and narrow cavities provide mechanical support. Now, phloem is also consist of four types. First is sieve tubes. It transports sugar made during photosynthetic process. Okay, sieve tubes transport the sugar made during photosynthetic process. Okay. Second is companion cells. Regulate the activity of sugar in sieve tubes. It regulates the activity, okay, in sieve tubes. Phloem fibers provide mechanical support again to sieve tubes. Yes, and phloem parenchyma, it store the food. Xylem. Okay, xylem transports water and phloem conducts sugar and other metabolic products upward and downward from the leaves, and their types are given here. You can pause the video and see. Okay, I would like to move ahead. So students, thanks for watching this video. Animal tissue. Okay, watch animal tissue video also. Have a great day ahead. Bye.